It's Week 13 of the National Football League. And we'll see this team's electric quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. Buckle up. There's football coming your way. Coming up next.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
And this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Here's a first carry for their running back, and nothing doing on that run. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. We have an early 3rd down coming up. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Open man, left side, he's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. A throw on the run is complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here comes 3rd and 6. Back to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. He'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
Give them 27, and it's 1st and goal.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big game.
Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. A dive, and he's in. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity. But the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too. 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. They're all set to punt this one away. This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense ready to get going with their second possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another 1st down.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the 1st down.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds. Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Greg, offensive coordinator's script the start of the game. This script has read perfectly. What a great start for this offense.
It just seems like every play this offensive coordinator dials up is perfectly timed and then perfectly executed. They've been aggressive, they've been efficient right since the start of this one. And I'll tell you what, Mike, if they continue to build on this lead here early, it's going to be a long day for this defense.
No problem there on the extra point. And the visitors will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The home team's offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Taking off, and he's got it to the 35-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
That one knocked away and incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete. So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Here's the punter now, and he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. This will be returnable from his own 15. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection and maybe bigger than...
Oh, a loose football. And this is taken in by the defense.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
We are through 1. 14-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Throwing right, it's taken in. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
On comes the punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And that's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. The drive will start on the ground. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. On play action, he'll set. Now, look out. That ball is free in the end zone. So first, the decision to throw down here backed up near your own goal line, and the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have the clock in his head to get the ball out of his hand. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in the safety.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll begin here on the ground. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7.
Brings up second and 7.
Throwing now from the gun. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 3.
Here we go.
He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9. Now, faking the give. He's going to air this one out. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down. He'll try the right side this time. And he'll get 6 on this one, moving it inside the 40-yard line. Here's a third down and 4.
Makes it third and 4.
They'll throw out of the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Out now is the field goal unit. They'll try to pick up 3 points here. And he missed it. It's no good. And they do not cut into the deficit.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
They'll come up here, first and 10. Now a give on the ground. And he'll get this just past the 45 as he's taken down. Here's second and 9. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
A gain of 11 on the play. Result is a first down.
Throwing now on first and 10. Off balance throw. It's complete. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. A throw right side is intercepted. And this defense will take over here following the interception.
I've been around certain quarterbacks, Mike, that love throwing the ball in the rain, and other quarterbacks who are very uncomfortable. It looks like this one kind of got out of his hand, a little wonky, and that ball gets away from you just enough. It's going to end up falling into the wrong hands and go the other way.
The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with first and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 at their 49-yard line.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They motion a receiver right. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
And he moves down to the 25. That's good enough for a first down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now this time they'll look to throw. Middle of the field, that's taken in by Baker. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it.
This is intercepted. And the visitors are going to take possession at their own 3-yard line.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. Here's 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, he'll throw. A throw on the move is caught. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down. Rush comes, they're setting up the screen. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 20. Results in a first down.
Couple of first downs to start this drive. They're 1st and 10, up at the 42. They'll look to throw again. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. Back to the air one more time. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and
that's over the middle and intercepted. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception, and now Greg, not only do they pick him, they turn it into a pick six.
And Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it a second interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick six.
Now, the extra point. He's got it. And his guys have cut the deficit to 5. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This is fielded inside the 5. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The visitors' offense going to get it one final time in this first half. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. Right back to the air following that pick six. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. So as we come to the half, it is a 5-point game. As we send you to Orlando, we'll check in with the coach. Jonathan Coachman has the EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see, currently, they trail in that ball game. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And as you see, they were winners in their ball game. 31-10 was the final score. These two teams ready for the second half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you, and the rain only intensifying as the teams are back out here for what figures to be a sloppy second half to come. Here comes a return from the 5. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line.
The timing of the jet sweep is critical. If you can get the ball carrier past the end man on the line, typically there's a lot of space downfield, but give credit to the defense. They saw this one play out, they reacted quickly, and they're able to throw him down for a loss.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Back to throw. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Once the quarterback leaves the pocket, the hope is that it buys him a little time to allow second reaction from his receivers downfield. What he's not accounting for is the speed of a lot of these defensive ends in the league, Mike. He closed that distance a lot faster than I think the quarterback anticipated, and he comes away with the sack.
So now this team's offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. They'll stick with him again. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. On 4th down, they'll send in the field goal unit. This one from 41 yards out. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the visitors will extend their lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Going up top. He's got it! And he's going to take this one all the way. 71 yards. It is a touchdown. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
That'll be caught, and he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally, the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Back to the air once more on second down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He'll drop to throw. Now he'll run it. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And a first down.
Now they'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Handoff here, up the middle. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. And this defense will take over following the turnover.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
This offense making its way back on the field, led by their wide receiver. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a 1st down. They'll stay on the ground. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pass, right side, taken by Baker. And he will be taken down. A big pickup on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Slot receiver, headed right. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. They'll try to hit him with a screen.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch. And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs. Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain. Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that 1st down himself.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On the toss, they'll run. And he'll take this one forward for about 3. And that's a 1st down.
At the 35-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. Result is a 1st down.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now he takes off. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. He'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. They'll throw out of the gun. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass, Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
A massive play here. Late, tie game, 3rd down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. So now, out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to grab a late lead. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. They move out front and take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. This offense and their wide receiver heading back onto the field. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll drop to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Back to the air one more time. Throwing right, it's taken in. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
He's going to take a shot down the field. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down. Back to throw. He dives, and what a catch for the 1st down. They'll look to throw again. To the right side here, pass is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down. They'll look to throw yet again. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical down.
And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Extra point try forthcoming. The kick is good. And his guys have taken a 4-point advantage. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This taken at the 5. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll tuck it and take off. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. A ball deep for the end zone. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now, faking the give. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the 1st down. Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And I had to take a chance on 4th down, and it's intercepted. And this defense comes through with the turnover.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
A handoff as they try to run it here. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that,